that you were speaking about, because part of my experience with the power of the mantle has been kind of like Joseph. I've had like that Joseph dynamic with my family, where you walk through testy things, where people treat you in very treacherous ways.
That part.
And you still have to turn around and be the one they come to when they find themselves in a particular circumstance. And that's, we've all experienced that up here on some level. It has a different challenge, because when you're standing in the position of your office with a stranger, you're disconnected outside of what God has to say with, per se, their character or what they've said or what they're done, right? And you're just standing there as that representative intervening. But when you're dealing with, family members or individuals where you know the specific things, you know the character, you can hear the words ringing in your head or in your ear of things that were said. Families like to play take that. One of the things that I've really learned as prophets, speaking of the power of the mantle, is the power of words. And if you spend any time around me long enough, you're going to learn that I'm not somebody who believes in just saying anything, just spouting off at the mouth in any kind of way, just telling any kind of joke, because words live. And I think that's one of the things that, it's interesting, the things that God walks us through as prophets to teach us the lesson. Because sometimes he walks us through our mistakes, but sometimes he walks us through the bruises and the abuses of the mistakes of others. And he allows you to feel the blow and the assaults and the pains of those kinds of things. I had a mom whose mouth was like, right? In terms of those kinds of things, I've had just all kinds of things with family, with just saying whatever. And so you learn. But even in that, there's been so many things that my family have gone through, from my siblings to my own parents, that secretly, after all of those kind of moments, they come to me. Recently, Dr. Price was walking us through some things from her own history and talking about how her own mother had responded. My mother was the same way. I was 19-ish, right? And I hadn't seen my mother physically in a few years, because when I was a teenager, I went to be with my father, and she kind of moved into this cutoff posture with me. And so I went down to see her because God was calling me to represent him, to be one of his ministers. And I was moved by God. I'm like, I'm going to go fix this. I didn't do it. I'm the kid. I'm not the parent. But I'm going to have the integrity